Have you ever wondered if you're saving enough for retirement? It's a question that keeps a lot of us up at night. What if I told you that over half of Americans feel like they are behind on their retirement savings? That's right. A recent study showed that a staggering 56% of people feel they aren't on track. The fear of not having enough money to live comfortably after you stop working is very real. But here's the good news. The targets you need to hit might be simpler than you think, and catching up is more achievable than you imagine. Stick with me, because in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to break down exactly what you need to know, step by step, to secure your financial future. You don't want to be part of that 56%, do you? Let's make sure you're not. So, what's the magic number? How much do you actually need saved? Financial experts have created some simple benchmarks based on your age. Think of these as checkpoints on your financial road trip. By age 30, you should aim to have 1 times your annual salary saved. So, if you earn $50,000 a year, you should have $50,000 in your retirement account. It sounds like a lot, but we'll get to how you can get there. By age 40, the goal is to have 3 times your annual salary. At age 50, it jumps to 6 times your salary. And by the time you're hitting your 60s, you should be aiming for 8 to 10 times your annual salary. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Those numbers seem huge. How can I possibly get there? Don't panic. The key isn't to save it all at once. The simplest rule of thumb to follow is to save 15% of your pre-tax income every single year. If you start this early and stay consistent, the power of compound interest does a lot of the heavy lifting for you. It's not about making a massive one-time deposit. It's about the small, consistent habit of putting money away month after month, year after year. Of course, those benchmarks are just a general guide. Your personal retirement number isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. There are several factors that can change how much you need to save. What kind of lifestyle do you picture for yourself in retirement? Do you dream of traveling the world, or are you happy with a quiet life at home, tending to your garden? A more expensive lifestyle obviously requires more savings. Then there's healthcare. It's a tough pill to swallow. Too, but the average couple retiring today might need nearly $300,000 just for medical expenses in retirement. This is a huge factor that many people forget to plan for. What about debt? Are you still carrying student loans or high-interest credit card debt? Paying that off is a priority, as it can eat into the money you should be saving. Your income stability also plays a role. If you're a freelancer with an unpredictable income, you might need a larger safety net than someone with a steady, stable salary. Finally, think about your living situation. Will you own your home outright, or will you still be paying a mortgage or rent in retirement? Eliminating that monthly housing payment can drastically reduce how much money you'll need each month. Take a moment and think about it. What does your ideal retirement look like? Answering that question is the first step to figuring out your real savings goal. Now, let's say you've looked at the benchmarks, you've considered your lifestyle, and you've realized you're behind. First of all, don't beat yourself up. Most people are. The important thing is what you do next. How can you catch up? The best strategy is to take small, manageable steps. You don't have to go from saving 5% to 15% overnight. Try increasing your savings rate by just 1% every quarter. In a year, you'll have boosted your savings by 4% without feeling a huge pinch in your monthly budget. Next, attack high-interest debt with a vengeance. We're talking about credit card balances with 20% interest rates or more. The interest you're repaying on that debt is likely higher than the returns you're re-earning on your investments. Getting rid of it is like giving yourself an instant, guaranteed return on your money. Are you taking full advantage of your retirement accounts? If your employer offers a 401k with a match, you should be contributing at least enough to get that full match. It's literally free money. After that, Work towards maxing out your 401k or a Roth IRA if you can. The tax advantages these accounts offer are incredibly powerful. Another powerful, though perhaps less popular, option is to delay retirement. Working just 1 or 2 extra years can make a massive difference. It gives your investments more time to grow and gives you more time to save, reducing the number of years you'll need to draw from your nest egg. Lastly, take a hard look at your budget. Where can you cut back? Jets, the daily $5 coffee, the streaming services you barely use, or eating out 3 times a week. Finding even $100 or $200 a month to redirect to your savings can add up to tens of thousands of dollars over time. Still not convinced that these small changes can make a big difference? Let's look at a real-world example. Imagine 2 friends, both 30 years old, and both earning the same salary. Let's call them Alex and Ben. Alex decides to save 5% of their income for retirement. It feels comfortable, and they have plenty of money left over for other things. Ben, on the other hand, decides to follow the 15% rule. It's a bit of a stretch at first, but Ben makes it a priority. They both invest their money in the same way and get the same average returns. Now, let's fast forward 35 years to when they both turn 65. Alex looks at their retirement account and has enough to get by, but it's going to be a tight budget. They'll have to watch every penny. Ben, however, is in a completely different situation. By saving just 10% more of his income, his final retirement balance isn't just a little bigger, it's nearly 3 times larger than Alex's. 3 times the wealth, without ever earning a bigger salary. Ben will be able to travel, pursue hobbies, and never worry about running out of money. The only difference was his savings habit. Dads, the mind-blowing power of consistency and compound interest. It's not about being a financial genius. It's about starting now and staying the course. Which person do you want to be? The journey to a secure retirement can feel long and sometimes overwhelming. But remember this, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. It's not about timing the market or finding the next hot stock. It's about the simple, unglamorous habit of putting money away regularly. Even if you can only start with 1%, start there. The most important step is the first one. By understanding the benchmarks, tailoring them to your own life, and creating a plan to catch up if you're behind, you are taking control of your future. You are choosing to be Ben, not Alex. You are choosing financial freedom. This was the 13th episode in our 30-part series on achieving financial independence. I hope this gave you the clarity and motivation you need to get started or to kick your savings into a higher gear. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more practical financial tips. See you in the next video.